Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in. I don't cook with chicken breast very often, and that's because I don't really care for it that much. To me it's just kind of bland and boring, but I came up with a recipe for creamed chicken breast last week and it turned out really good, and I used coconut oil in it. And this is extra virgin coconut oil, and it has a little bit more of a coconutty flavor than the last batch of coconut oil that I had. But if you don't like coconut oil, you could substitute butter as well. But I thought the sweetness, that kind of coconutty flavor worked really well in this dish. So let's get cooking. I have two pretty good sized boneless, skinless chicken breasts here that I just rinsed off. And I cut this one into about inch thick strips. So let me go ahead and do that one. I put a little bit of coconut oil in the bottom of my skillet here, and I turned the heat all the way up. I'm going to try to brown this chicken. And if you're not going to use coconut oil in your sauce, if you're going to use butter instead, then you may want to use just a different type of cooking oil instead of coconut oil, like, you know, canola oil or corn oil or something like that. But now I'm just going to let that brown on one side, and then I'm going to pull it out, and then we'll make our sauce. My chicken breast has been cooking on high heat for about 5 minutes now, and see, it's getting a nice brown crust on one side. Now when I did this the other day, I actually turned it over at this point, but it didn't cook on the second side for long enough to get it brown like that. So what I'm going to do is just brown the one side, and then when it is almost cooked through, pull it off and put it on the plate. And after I make the sauce, I'll put it back into the sauce and let it finish cooking in the sauce. Okay, the chicken's out of the pan, and I turned the pan off to let it cool down a little bit. See all that nice crust in the pan? That's going to be flavor. Now if I can get this coconut oil out of here, hard to get it out, we'll put about 2 spoonfuls of coconut oil in here. And at this point, if you would rather use butter, then just put, you know, 2 tablespoons of butter instead of this coconut oil. I turned the heat back on, and it's at a very low heat. I don't want to burn this. Now I want equal parts of flour. So 2 spoonfuls of all-purpose flour. Now I'm just going to let this flour brown up for a minute or two, and then we will start adding in some milk. The flour's been browning up for a couple minutes on low heat there. Now we'll just pour some milk in, and we'll just keep adding milk a little bit at a time and stirring it up until we get this to the consistency that looks good. I don't know how much milk it'll take, maybe 1.5 cups, 2 cups. And now just keep stirring it. You don't want to leave this because it'll burn, so just keep an eye on it and keep stirring it and keep breaking up all those clumps of flour the best you can. The consistency of this is starting to look pretty good. Not too many lumps now, so I'm going to start seasoning it. A little onion powder. That looks pretty good. And also a little bit of dill weed. Not too much dill weed. Just a little bit's good. And we'll keep stirring. The sauce is starting to look really nice. So now I'm going to add in some Parmesan cheese. Doesn't come out too good. Maybe use the other side. Pretty good amount of that to give it some flavor, and it'll also thicken it up as well. So just kind of do this to taste, and you know what, I'm also going to throw in a little bit of regular shredded cheese. That's a pizza blend cheese, and we'll just let that all melt in, and just kind of do this to taste. If you like more, use more. If you want it lighter, use less. And then we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper, and it'll be done, and we'll get the chicken back in there. See how nice the sauce looks now? Nice and creamy. Turned out beautiful. Now we'll go ahead and start getting the chicken back in there. And you can see it's not cooked all the way through. It's brown on one side, but it's not quite cooked on the bottom side. So I'm putting in like that with the uncooked side down. And I'll just let it finish cooking in that sauce for a few minutes. This is looking really good. And you know what? All that chicken juice is going in there too, because that's all flavor. Okay, this is all done. I sprinkled a little green onion on top just to give it a little color. And I made some mashed potatoes on the side. So just gonna serve it over some mashed potatoes. Goes well, but you know, you could also serve this with rice, over rice or pasta or something like that too, but turned out really good. Look how good the sauce turned out. Nice and creamy, thick, flavorful. Hope you guys will give this a try sometime. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.